Hello everyone, you are welcome to today's tutorial. So in this tutorial, I'll be learning how to cut this beautiful pencil and 360-degree flare sleeve. So without wasting much of our time, let's dive into the tutorial. So here I fold my fabric into two, and I'm going to bring out my armhole line, my bust point, my waistline, and my hip line, then the full length of the dress. Having done that, the next thing I'm going to do is to bring out my shoulder measurement. My shoulder divided by 2 is 8, and I'm going to impute it on the armhole line this way, and I'm going to connect the armhole line like this. So on the neck area, you should use 3.5 inches for the neck width and the neck depth 3 to 4 inches. Then I'm going to come down at that area by 1 inches for slanting, half inches for slant. So from my armhole line, I'm going to come down by 2 inches for the for the bust point. So I'm going to divide my bust measurement by 4 plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. I'm going to do the same thing at the waistline. The waist divided by 4 plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. Then the hip, I'm going to divide it by 4 plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. Now, when you get to the hem area, whatever you have at your hip measurement, you should add 1 inches to it so that it will look a little as if it's a H-shaped dress at the hem area. So you're going to add about 1 inches to whatever you have at your hip line. You are going to add 1 inch to whatever you have that way. So having done that, you are going to connect your lines together. After connecting the lines, the next thing to do is to take your scissors and cut. So if you've watched this video to this extent, please do well by liking this video. And so when I was done cutting the neckline of the front, I placed the front on the back that are folded into two this way, and I marked 1 inch for zipper allowance. Then the neck depth I marked was 1 inches, and I continued with the cutting of the dress. So take note that the main dress is a pencil gown. It's only the bottom part that is going to have a kind of A shape. That is why we added 1 inch to whatever we had at the hip line. So this is how we are going to continue cutting it. And after doing this, we are going to open the zipper area. So this is me opening the zipper area of the back part. And so when I was done opening the back part, I'm going to open the front like this, and I'm going to use a bias to finish up the neckline. I'll do the same thing to the back. So after doing that, I'm going to place the front piece on the back piece this way. I'm going to join the shoulders like this. So after joining the shoulders, you can see how it is looking right now. The next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to insert the zip. So after inserting the zip, I'm going to place my tape this way, and I'm going to divide my bust measurement by 2, and whatever excess is remaining, I'm going to divide the excess by 2. So you can see this is the excess that I have here. It's about 4 inches. So I'm going to divide it by 2. That means that I'm going to have 2 inches. I'm going to mark it this way. I'm going to do the same thing at the waistline. I'm going to divide what I have by 2, and I'm going to divide the excess by 2 inches as well. So I'm going to connect the lines just like this. I'm going to do the same thing at the hip line, divide my hip measurement by 2, and I'm going to divide the excess I have by 2 as well. This is because the fabric now is no longer on fold of 4, but rather it is open up by, it is 2 pieces of fabric, the front and the back. That is why we're actually dividing our measurement by 2 this time. So having done this, after connecting the lines like this, I'm going to place my tape right from this point here that I marked, and I'm going to divide my measurement by 2. The waistline I'm going to mark by 2 also, and at the hip I'm going to mark from that point there by 2. This is to give it a real nice shape. So this is how to shape your dress. So after doing this, what we are going to do next is to sew along these lines. So this is the shape right now. So I'm going to cut a straight strip of fabric of about 5 inches wide and 60 inches long. We are going to fold it up this way and sew along the edges. So having done that, this is the net. I am using 2 yards of net. So I fold the net into 2, the 2 yards into 2, and I further went ahead to fold it into 2 again, which is 4 right now. So I'm going to fold it into, so having folded into this 4 piece that it is right now, I'm going to fold it again so that it's going to be 8. So when I fold it again now, it's going to give me 8 pieces. So right now it is 4, right? So I'm going to fold it like this, as you can see. So if you count it now, it's going to be 4 at the top and 4 at the down, which is 8 pieces. So having done this, I'm going to fold it diagonally to this area like this. So after doing this, I'm going to divide my shoulder measurement by 8, because this is a net, and after cutting it, it's going to give me more than what I wanted if I should divide my shoulder measurement by 4. So that is the reason why I divided my shoulder measurement by 8. And after dividing it by 8, you are going to place it this way and mark whatever you have. So if you divide your shoulder measurement by 8, let's for instance it is 16, and you divide it by 8, it's going to give you 2. You should mark it this way and place your tape like this to see what you have at this edge, if it corresponds with what you have at the other edge. So if it is the same, then you are okay to go. If it's not the same, please you should make it the same. So having done that, you are going to mark your full length of the sleeve. So when I was actually cutting this, I found out that my fabric was not enough for me to cut 23 inches for the sleeve, just the way it is on the thumbnail. But this was so painful anyway, because I really wanted it to be as long as that. But since my own didn't give me that result, please you should use about 4 years of net. 3 to 4 years of net should be enough for you to have that long sleeve the way it is on the thumbnail. So but this is the formula, or this is the method you use to cut it. So after doing that, I'm going to cut it out. So please tell me how yours came out at the comment section. So if you have watched this video to this extent, please consider subscribing, liking this video, and leaving a comment at the comment section, because your likes will make YouTube to recommend it to other people as well. So having done this, the next thing you are going to do is to fold it again and try to straighten up your flare, because one side should be longer than one side, but when you fold it again and recut, it's going to give you an accurate round measurement. So here I have what I really need at the armhole area. And so when I was through with that, the next thing I did was to measure the 360 degree roundness to know the quantity of fabric I'm going to bring out. So here I have 54 inches. So I'm going to times this 54 inches into 2 because the flare is on fold of 2 that time. So having done that, I cut straight strip of fabric of 45 inches length by into 6 pieces, and the width was 5 inches. So I'm going to fold it this way, and so I'm going to fold half inch inside and fold another half inch inside this way, and I'm going to bring my net and place it inside it. So after this way it is right now, I'm going to place the net inside like this, and I'm going to stitch on top like that all through the roundness of the 360 flare. So right now, so this is what it's looking like at the end of the day when I was done sewing it. So you can decide to just sew it plain like that. So the next thing I did was to bring my dress and I hemmed that armhole area so that it will be tight. So I'm going to place my 360 flare sleeve like this and sew it round. So the reason why I hemmed it is because I really need it to be you know that the sleeve does not have joining. So that is the reason why I hemmed the armhole area. And so guys, this is the outcome of the dress when I was done attaching the sleeves. It was really painful that I could not have the sleeve length the way I really wanted it, but anyway, it was still beautiful. So if you like this video, please tell me in the comment section. If you love the dress, please also tell me in the comment section. If you've learned something, tell me in the comment section.